Generic greetings and welcome back to RimWorld. In the previous episode we begun, and as you can see the colony is flourishing, and what I mean by flourishing is it's not on fire. Don't worry, there's time. So we, in the previous episode, managed to build a small-ish area for storage. We made these three little huts, I guess, although I think bedrooms is a more appropriate term. We put some growing spaces down, and you see we are currently finishing off the sandbags as well. In this episode we need to put some flooring in, put some lighting in, and probably get up another building where we can cook meals and eat them as well. So tables and chairs and like a butcher station and such for all of the raw resources that we hunt or gather or forage. So let's just crack on. So first things first, work and change everybody that's got a burning passion for something to actually work that job, or even if there's just a small passion to it. I think that is about it as a cursory glance. Let's just go over to flooring and wood floor, and we want to put a wood floor like so and like so. We will probably need some more wood, so we'll say chop wood, and there we go. That'll probably do. Oh, and around there as well, because we can't chop those, because I think around here as well we're going to have our other building. It means cutting into the mountainside a little bit, but that's not a huge problem. We also want to go for some furniture. I want, for a start, a bit of lighting in and around here, because, well, that would be quite useful, wouldn't it? And we also want a wooden animal sleeping box, because we do have, we can make it out of silver or steel. Let's go and place some sleeping boxes there, because the Yorkshire Terrier there, Arcady, that's their master is land, so this is the one we want them to build, although I believe the animals just sleep wherever they want, really. At least it seems to be that way. We've got resources that we can gather from this place here. We've got, as you can see, some compacted steel. We've got some compacted machinery. We've got some sandstone and uranium ore. I didn't notice that previously. We've also got, that I haven't mentioned, this steam guys over here, so we can eventually get geothermal power. We've also got things like ship chunks, which you can deconstruct as well. What I want to do as well while I'm here is go over to orders and to cut plants, and probably want to cut. That's not correct. Let me cancel that one. I want to harvest. You want to harvest some of this stuff here, because that's all heal root, and that should be quite useful for us. We've got a visitor here. It's a reclusive child from the Red Mallard trio. So we'll go over there, and they're coming through. So we'll have a little chat with them and see if we can buy or sell something. Who's our best person for social? Diver's got 8. We've got Rodriguez with 0, zilch, nada, nothing, and we've also got Lan with 8. So I think we'll probably put Lan on the job. So where is Lan? Lan's actually the furthest away, so we'll wait for them to come back. Because whatever we're doing, I want them to finish that off, and we'll have a little trade here. There we go. So they have pemmican, they have herbal medicine, wooden club, short bow, synthesized pants that we could sell to them, and a smoke pop belt. I don't think there's really anything we really want off them, to be honest with you, so we'll leave that well alone. Okay, so you can see them cutting some trees down, and yeah, the dog is just sleeping wherever it wants, which is fair enough. And what we need to do is go over to deconstruct, and we can't deconstruct that. We'll go for, can we chop the wood? No, I guess it's just have to get rid of it manually, so just chop wood and chop wood. And we also want to mine, and let's see where this building's going to be. It's probably going to be around here. We want at least a gap of 2 between the buildings, so the wall will come along here and then probably along here. So maybe that, because then we can have it go along there and down there. That should be acceptable. Then it'll probably come out to about here. It's going to be a fairly large building, because as I said, it's going to be an area for prepping and preparing and cooking meals and things like that, as well as eating them as well. And it looks like since we've been here a while, or we might be here a while, we have to name the colony. I mean, you can, this is the faction, then you get a name as well. You can name the colony, you get a name for the faction as well. I mean, could we just have it as like the generic compact? Why not? And what's the name? Not on Firington. See, that would go down all kinds of badly if we ever get set on fire, so maybe not. Penguins Encampment. It's the generic encampment. Done. I probably mistyped some of that, so that's gonna like generic or something. But anyway, it looks like the dog is happily just eating a packaged survival meal there. We do only have... How many do we have in total? 26. So, I mean, do they have more than one a day? They might do. Either way, it's imperative that we get a meal source quickly. It actually says on the right-hand side there anyway, which is quite useful. We got things like boom rats over there. We've got... Is that an ibex? It is an ibex. Got some hares and things like that. We're nice to tame some of these, but it might take too much, and also we will have to go over and, like... The problem with taming them is you need to tame them with... Well, you need food, and obviously if you're eating into your own food supply, as it were, that could be a problem. We also need some research as well. I don't think we have electricity yet. Oh no, we do have electricity and air conditioning, which is useful. So we can make a freezer, and maybe it would be an advantage to get a freezer sooner rather than later, just so we can store food. I think that's probably what we'll do. We'll have a freezing area, probably on this corner here. Looks like we've got a mad rat someplace. There is a mad rat, and it's going to head towards our colonists. So I'm gonna draft diver, get them over there, and let's see if we can take this out. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to get someone with the knife. And oh, well, that didn't take long, did it? They're gonna take the rat over to the dumping stockpile. Let's just max this out. Although because we're in combat, yeah, it's a bit delayed. There we go. We should also get rid of these sandstone chunks as well, so I think we're going to haul things and get rid of those just so we can travel a bit better. So we'd need things like a stonemason's place and stuff like that to turn these slate and sandstone chunks into tiles, essentially. You can see they're all hauling that away, which is quite good. The wooden horseshoe pin is getting some use, which is good. It means they are fulfilling those needs. Complain about an awful bedroom. I had to sleep in an awful room. Oh, hang on. I think I know what that might be. Would it be in bio? Oh no, it's not in there. I thought we had one that was didn't really like light, but it's none of those anyway. So it looks like all that's been mined out now, which is excellent. It's actually been done quicker than I would have expected. So we're going to go over to structure and wooden wall. I'm going to build a wooden wall all the way along. We probably don't have to have the wall along this side, but we're going to have it anyway, just for the sake of completeness. And we'll have an entranceway in there. Okay. And then the other building that I mentioned, the cold building, the freezer building, will go... I mean, to be honest, we could just put it on the back here, couldn't we, if we really wanted to. It means cutting into this a little bit, but that's not a huge issue. We'd have to mine it out a bit. A lot of these are obviously, well, I say temporary. What we mean temporary now might not actually be. So let's just go over to flooring, and we'll go for a wooden floor. And we might have a problem here. I'm going to cancel that section because inevitably what will happen is they'll not build that, and they'll do that instead, and then it means they can't get the corner because there's technically nowhere to get to it, which is nature of the beast, I guess. And do we have enough timber? We do have enough timber. Yeah, we go, and we'll just go over to structure, and then the last bit of wood, which will go there. Okay, we also want to haul all this stuff out the way. It's just pointless. We could haul these while we're on it as well, so that's fine. 2 colonists are idle. Yes, they are idle, so what we'll do is we will mine, and I think we'll get rid of all of that, because it'll be useful later on. And we'll also say chop wood, and we'll chop a lot of the wood around here. Now, the problem with this defense around here as well is that there's so much wood that anything coming this way, they've got loads of stuff to hide behind, so we need to resolve that, which is why I've removed it. So let's go over to production, and we'll see that there's loads of stuff that we can set in here. Now, this is probably just going to be the generic production building for the time being, and we'll split it up into different things later on. But we want, at minimum, a fuel stove and a butchery area. So we'll have a fuel stove in the corner, And we'll have a butcher's table. Like so. I think we'll also have a torch lamp. Like there. Okay. That should be okay. And we also want our freezer area. But the problem is the only way... How can we generate power? We can have a wind turbine. That's okay. We can have a wind turbine. And I think we'll probably put a wind turbine up. In fact, you know what I might do? I might get that up and running sooner rather than later. Have power and have the cold area. I think we'll rejig our priorities somewhat. So we want a wind turbine, and I think we'll put a wind turbine... I'm putting it over this stuff here because this is... stuff can't grow on it. Probably there is our best bet. Because you can see we've got this rough sandstone and also the rough slate. And it means that hopefully, we do stress hopefully, it means we won't have the trees growing in front of it, and that'll be a bit of a problem. Looks like Divers has experienced inspiration. Recruit the next prisoner regardless of difficulty or resistance. Oh, that's good. So we're waiting for that one. A bit more wood, I think. Yeah, just a bit more wood. That's fine. I think... Oh, that's up and running, which is fine. That's good. We'll go for a power conduit, which will run across and up into here. And we will put some batteries at the back. Actually, we don't have batteries. That's a problem. Yeah, that will cause a bit of a problem when we don't have batteries. I think what we'll do is have a... Do we want a wood-fired generator? We could probably do without for the time being, although... With the cold storage, I'm not sure. Either way, we're going to go over to production, and we'll get an electric stove. So we're not using all of our resources. Obviously, the problem is that we might... The problem was we might not be able to use it all the time if the wind isn't blowing. Just double check to make sure it's not blocked, which it isn't. It means that we won't be able to use this. You can see that will be powered up shortly once they finish this stuff. But it's not connected up, it can't be used. So our cold building, the cold storage, will be... I mean, I think it's going to be back here, realistically. I mentioned about tunneling into here and having like a sort of bolt hole, like hideout type thing, but there's so many unknowns in here. You can see there's compact steel there and compact steel there. It's not unfeasible for it to run all the way through. You've got a bit there as well, so I don't know what the lay of the land will be inside there. There's another visitor as well, which is good. You can see there. Oh, there's not many meals left at all. Right, we really do need to get some meals. Let's add a bill, cook simple meal, and we'll just say do until we have, we'll say, I don't think 110, just say 10 would be perfectly acceptable. What we need to do though is prioritize some harvesting. So we want to harvest some, I'm guessing, yeah, that'll be fine. Harvest that. And anything where we can get some like strawberries and stuff like that. Anything we can just sort of pick. There we go. That's quite good. And now we can start. We can start to also hunt. So we're going to hunt the boomalopes. They have a 2% chance of essentially attacking back if you shoot at them. But I'm hoping that they're not going to. And you can see both people are hunting here. Got a revolver. And that's going to blow up. Uh-oh. Boom. Are they the worst shot in the world? Well, maybe this world. Not all worlds, but certainly coming close. So, those are going to be put in there for some reason, but we do want to have the butcher table, so add bill, butcher creature, and do forever. It doesn't really matter. And they should hopefully, if I can prioritise these, not assigned to cooking. Who is assigned to cooking? Oh, we should actually get someone to have a natter to this person as well. Oh, actually, they can't have a natter. That's not what they're about. Cooking. It's only really Rodriguez that has cooking, so... Oh, they're already... prioritising the butchery table anyway. You can see they're going, and they're currently taking the rat. There you go. And the rat's getting butchered, so we got light leather. You don't get rat leather. But that's now getting sorted, and you can see the meals are being prepped and cooked and then put in there. So we now have a simple meal. Excellent. This is good. And that's not so good. So we have a raid called Flan. Raider, rather, called Flan. We want to get these drafted. The advantage that we have as well is that... do we need to draft them? Not yet, really. Just let them crack on with what they want to do. It's only when the raid starts that I really need to draft them, because they're quite a ways away. As soon as it says they're attacking, I'll get them down. The advantage we have is that we still have our visitor here who has their... as I say that, they start wandering off. They have a bow, so if they get attacked, or there's people getting attacked around here or whatever, they will help defend as well. Just waiting for this. Oh, looks like it's dark days. Are they going to go to sleep? If they go to sleep... Nope. Right, they're attacking now. So everybody can stop, get there. And I don't think this is going to go too well for them. So they're being hit once. In the left arm. Sadly, that's not the club arm. And we'll jump over the wall. And they're still getting hit. What a terrible shot. And there we go. We've managed to incapacitate them. So I will... The question is, do I want to capture them? Oh, perhaps not. And we also don't have anywhere for them to go. We've got a couple of... We've got a cracked femur and a bruised left leg. And we've got a bruised left leg there as well. So we'll get rid of those. Get rid of them. Where were they from? A drifter. Age 82. Age no impediment to assaulting a base, apparently. So, that is now resolved. You can see there's some people that do require some healing. But because it's just been bruises and such, well, the crack could be a problem. Yeah. I wonder if any of those are going to bandage up. We do have... 2 people on doctor. But the problem is, it's the 2 people that are injured. So what we'll do then, for now, we'll put them on self-tend, yes. So they'll be able to tend to themselves. There we go. Right, so we do need to certainly get some more meals. And that's outside, which is not good. We're going to self-tend. They're now tending to each other. That's fine then. So I will... turn self-tend off, and they're probably going to tend to themselves now. Yes, they are. And that's done. And then we can say self-tend off. And then there's going to be some feeding over there as well. Job done. And then there's a bit of bed rest. Right, so we're going to leave it there. Not too bad. We do need to get these meals sorted. Looks like these steaks are in here, and it says 1.4 days until they are, until basically they're gone. They're spoiled, so we do need to get that sorted sooner rather than later. But because these 2 are in bed because of their injuries, we either want to force them out and crack on with the meal prepping, or do we leave it? I'm not too sure. I'll have a think about that one. Either way, not bad. Nice building there. We do need to get some refrigeration up sooner rather than later, so that's what we'll try to focus on next episode. Also, a research station as well to get batteries so that we can store the power that we're generating, because when it stops, when the wind stops, we just don't have power, so we can't power the electric stove, which is a problem. Anyway, we'll see how we get on. As always, hope you have enjoyed the episode. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.